worth it.
Mm.
Um, she figures being blunt and honest is probably a better look for her right now than trying to put up a front, especially with the whole detective thing from earlier. It's like she still has her brother in the back of her mind, and it's messing with her a little bit. So, I mean, on the bright side, she did prevent Lucia from being killed. She's figuring that might help her case a little bit. Um, I don't know if she necessarily says anything. She's just
Will
about
will she reciprocate?
whatever they're saying. I'm sorry?
Will she reciprocate? Will she hug Susanna?
Um, I think she will just like take a second and just let them know. Um, I'm not trying to be rude. I've had a rough night. I respect what you're doing. Um, I think she'll if they do want a hug, she'll go in for like probably an awkward hug,
Mm. As you,
just to go with the flow.
of course, as you hug Shoshana, you feel the warmth of her hug. She whispers to you, shed, shed, she says, well, in one sentence, she's not stuttering as I am, shed the vestiges of the old, dis- discard all the symbols of religion, deny all the complexities of the philosophy. Just let go, my child, she says as she delivers a kiss to your forehead. What really sends you in a shock are not those culty words that actually demand of you to leave the trappings of the old world behind, but the fact that Shoshana is says all these things with a beating heart. She is human. A human? Uh, Marialena, where's your blush of life? She must, she must have seen that you have, she must have sensed that you have no beating heart, and she must have seen that you look like a corpse. Uh, had you, had you taken care of the blush of life before you arrived? Uh, but still, she doesn't care. Before you even get the chance to answer, right? This is the most interesting and most weird part, Shoshana. She realizes that you might be kindred, but she doesn't even care. What the fuck? Sorry for, pardon my French, right? But
I think that's exactly what she's thinking. She's immediately, as soon as she feels that this is a human. This is the second time on top of that tonight that she's left herself in her mind vulnerable to another human. Again, probably the third time if you count Mila.
mm,
Um so as soon as she feels this, she's her eyes are darting around the room like what is happening? This has to be a prank. Where's the camera? And she's staring Lucia down. If she's in visual eyesight, she's like in the kind of like when you get in trouble with the principal at school,
mhm.
but no one says anything, but
Yeah,
like you have a silent conversation with just by staring at each other with your friend.
yeah.
That I feel like that's the kind of vibe of Marialena's stare to Lucia. Like what is happening?
That friend has her eyes closed, shut, as she is in fact. She looks like as if she has resonated with the cosmos or something, right? She is lost in a trance. And yet, Shosanna's warm embrace makes you feel at peace, even alleviates your worries for a bit as you gain back 1 point of willpower. So feel free to gain 1 point of willpower back, as in remove one, dash. It feels that these,
Am I turning it back into like a solid circle?
a solid circle, yeah. And now this is quite interesting because this entire atmosphere and that approach makes you come at peace with your inner demons in some sort of way. Yet you can shake off that worry that you have nested in your heart, especially not now that you see the trio of young girls. When I say young girls, I don't mean underage. I mean just, reached the age of 18 or 19 or even 20 or something. They are getting ushered close to the pool by some other members, all of them wearing those robes you mentioned before. You mentioned that before, and now you realize that these girls, they look like they are not mentally there. Something's off, Marielle. Yet you see those people, those members, smiling as if it's a graduation day. Are there any actions, reactions, or responses on your part before we continue? Asks the storyteller.
I think by now Marielena's like she's debating how freaked out she is by all this. She is thoroughly freaked out, but at the same time, she is recognizing how she feels better. You know, since she gained that point back, she's trying to reconcile the whole. This is looking more and more like a blood cult,
Mm-hmm.
which in her human days she would be completely, yeah, just completely freaked out. I don't think there's any other way to put it.
Of course, yeah. Other than freaked
Um,
out, of course.
but yeah, probably just trying to find the words to say anything, but finding it really hard just from just the shock of seeing all these girls and so much blood, and somehow this is still, if she had to pick between here, the casino, or the rave, she would still probably pick here
Mm-hmm.
somehow, because I mean, so far she hasn't gotten threatened, she hasn't got shot at, she feels better, but she's also thinking that that might also be cause for them. She's not sure, but she'll again. She's going with it. She's going with it, sorta. And maybe like under her breath, she does just verbally say like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Mm,
Just in a whisper. She doesn't expect anyone to answer.
mm,
She's just letting herself
mm,
have that moment.
of course. So, is there any chance for you to roll an intelligence plus medicine in order to discern something about those girls? Would Marialena be interested in actually, getting some info out there?
I I think she just wants to know anything,
Mm,
really. I mean, the fact that Lucia still hasn't opened her eyes and she's just everything is
mm,
messing with her head right now. She just wants an answer.
mm. So, if you want to proceed with that, let's go with intelligence plus medicine, and the target number for that should be 2. Thankfully, you don't have a minus right now because you're at peace with where you are. This place is so friendly and not spooky and eerie at all. But in some peculiar sort of way, it makes you come in peace with your inner demons.
And the difficulty is 2, correct?
Too correct. Wishing you all the best. Now, Maria Elena, you do notice that this peculiarity that existed before, now it, you know, takes on flesh and blood. You see that these girls are sedated. They are under the influence of some medicine, of some drugs. These girls have been drugged, and that's definitely not cool. They are being drawn down here against their will, yet they have not the courage to actually, not the courage neither, nor the courage, neither the power nor the courage to actually combat, scream, and shout. This is getting hairy way too fast. And then at one point, you hear the beating of a drum. You see a cultist on the other side of the room, standing in front of a big drum, probably made of human skin or something. Just adding more dramatic flair to it, I guess. Beating of the drum starts, and then the eerie chanting. Chanting that sounds both unsettling yet respectful because it's offered to someone quite important. Drakui, the heir of the dragon. They are singing in unison now. Those people that honor and revere a bloodline. Is that your bloodline? Is that Lucia's bloodline? And the chanting gets higher and higher as they pay their respects to the dragon who bathes in the pool of blood, watches them from afar while slithering beside them. The one who shan't be named, the one who shall be respected, the one who shall not, who shan't be feared, the one who embraces change above all. And with each beating of the drum, and with each end of the stanza, your undead heart skips a beat. What's gonna happen? And as the chorus is finished, then you see that happening. Slitting of a throat, as Shoshana has a ritualistic dagger and she immediately ends the life of one of the girls. What? This is this is this is fucking strangely weird and violent. As the girl is kept from her head, as if, it's a girl's night out and they have drunk way too much, and one helps her friend by holding her hair back while she vomits her innards. This one doesn't vomit anything, it's just blood trickling down from her throat. And that blood mingles with the blood in the pool as the girl gets drained, is allowed to be strained to the point of death. The most worrisome part is that the other two girls don't register that death, mainly because they are so much under the influence of the drug they have fed them. Marialena, clearly this is monstrous. I mean, we are vampires, I understand, but these people are humans, and they are sacrificing other humans. That's the most preposterous of things one could claim for our kind, for their kind, because you're a vampire, right? But what? What's what's happening? Anything that you want to comment on?
I mean, at first she's coping when she's thinking this, as she's seeing that these girls are doing this, I guess, whether under manipulation or under drugs or whatever it is, she's coping when she's thinking this. She's like, you don't have to. You could have done this willingly somehow. She's she knows, because I mean she's a consensualist. She has Mila, who's always very willing. She's always found ways to, in her mind, allow people a choice, sometimes helped by certain things, but choice. But what takes her out of that is the whole dagger and the brutality of it. Um, she's I don't know if she even thinks and someone explaining everything would help now. It would definitely be nice, but she's still it's just shock. I think she'll probably like quietly ask um if Lucia is going to be waking up any second now, or what,
Shoshana turns at you.
if this happens every day, or just something.
She approaches to you. She's barefoot, and she leaves footprints of blood behind her. Do not be afraid. They have been groomed for such a grandeur. Grandeur? The sacrifice of those people, it, it pales it is miles from being called something grandiose of a spectacle. One of them has chosen to shed her blood for the because it's the blood of the young that inspires the old to change, lest we stagnate and wither and die. And now she extends her hand towards you, Marialena. Our dragon, or hatchling, will share her words of wisdom with us. And as she says those words, you see the form of Lucia rising behind her from the center of the pool. She extends her hands. Glory to the Dracul, she screams. From the bottom of her stomach, a shriek that reverberates throughout the entire chamber sends shivers down your spine. More of a roar, a dragon's roar, and less of a human's voice. Lucia opens her eyes. You see her stark naked, covered in blood. We are not alone, she screams. One of us has joined the flight. Her voice sounds hoarse, as if she's only learned to, sorry, as if she's only learned how to talk just now. She extends her hand and points at you with her index finger. You! I see myself in you. It's clearly as a night sky that Lucia is not there. Step into the pool, child of the dragon. I see myself in you. As she starts coughing, a phlegm of blood forms in her mouth. And as soon as she vomits that, before she even vomits that, people start going crazy. No, 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 no. One girl with a chalice runs as fast as she can, only to find the phlegm, the sputum of blood, into the chalice. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Your Grace, the girl says, looking at Lucia's vacant eyes as the girl swallows it, reverently so. Shoshana breaks the entire thing as she turns once more to you and ushers you into the center of the pool. Come on, you have been chosen. There is something in your blood that stirs the blood of our dragon. Even the way that she turns to look at Lucia is creepy. These slow moves that emanate some sort of a reverence towards what they are doing, and yet what they're doing is just, sacrificing young people and drinking spittle into chalices. Yet, Marialena, allow me to say that this spectacle soothes your spirit, as I want you to recover one more point of willpower whilst you partake in that. Call it call it what you may, really, but the Corvin Chamber ritual really has a great effect on your psyche. I'll need your action
If a
reaction to
vampire,
that.
I
Sorry,
was
sorry.
gonna say, if a vampire could have a migraine, I think this is the time she would have a migraine
Mhm.
because what is happening? Um, she's heavily coping with humor in her head, trying to. Um, she immediately recognizes why, at least a little bit, how this is happening. With the blood and the swallowing, and that she's like that's it. That makes sense. That it does not make sense, but it makes sense
Yeah.
because of course that's how this is happening. Okay. Um, she's saying this out loud now because I don't even think it matters if they hear her or not because they have determined she's probably I don't know. This is like very bloody fairy tale. Um, she's rethinking the whole Lucia and the club and the possible killing and all that. Maybe it was a good thing in hindsight, because then she's overthinking now.
Mhm.
Because that would probably mean all these people probably would have come out of the woodwork. Was this a good thing? She doesn't know. She's going through like a million different scenarios in her head.
Mhm.
Um, one of them probably thinking like, this could this have been an email? This could have been an email. This could have been an email. Um,
Indeed.
she's very much wondering if she's the only person in this room who's actually thinking straight. Like, and again, the more she stays and the more that she's feeling better, she's still trying to, I forget what the word is, but she's comparing this, all of this, and the casino and how all that went down that night. It's messing with her
Mhm.
so bad. Um, like she's finding herself walking over mainly out of sheer curiosity and not because of like, I guess to separate it, not out of like her normal mortal curiosity, but like just sheer the whole Tzimisce, probably an instinct or something of
Mhm.
like, there was blood.
Mhm.
These people are technically willing, and I kind of want to fuck with it just to see what would happen. Like, she just blurts out, probably, like, does anybody have a manual for this? This is very strange. Is anyone going to recognize how strange this is? Again, she's coping. She's heavily coping with all this
Yeah.
because
The
she's feeling better with it. She should not be, but she is.
the main question is she responding? Will she be stepping towards the center of the pool?
I think she is. Like, she's doing all this thinking and talking out loud, and she's making her way over.
No, says Susanna, as she grabs instinctively, as she grabs you by the belt of your trousers. Her dagger quickly slashes vertically onto your form as you feel your clothing giving away. The most sacrosanct part is that you will dive into our birthing pool, naked as intended, given a second birth. You feel that your clothing gives in as it starts falling to the floor, and you might end up feeling quite troubled because you're gonna be exposed to so many people. Is that something you're okay with, Marielle?
I think she's again. It's just pure shock for her. Um,
Lucia opens her arms. for a loving embrace. And whilst Marialena is contemplating her instinctive reaction, Lucia says, snaps out of that, guttural voice back into her normal voice. My sweet family, we are here, graced by the presence of one of us. Yet another child joins our flight. In fact, her flight never ceased. And as she says that, she extends her hand towards you. Welcome, welcome to, welcome home. And in a moment that defies logic, Lucia beckons you to enter the pool.
The fact that she can, I guess, in a way, sort of see Lucia, like actually her, that helps her a lot. I think she is taking her hand, but she's also saying, you could just give me a robe.
Lucia has
Like,
no robe.
this could have just been a business meeting. What is happening? She is complying, but again, copium, because it's the only thing she thinks she has right now.
She grabs you by the hand and she immediately asks, she tugs you gently into the pool as if you two can start swimming, in that crimson liquid and poetically bathing yourselves in virgin blood. It feels way too weird, but way too calming and soothing, Marialena. I know my voice is shaking because I, as a storyteller, I cannot discern the fact whether it's normal or not, but it has a pacifying feeling and effect to all of us partaking. By the way, out of character, if that sounded kind of creepy, it just is the way of narrating it, right? I'm not
No, I
mentioning,
totally get
yeah.
it. I totally get it.
And then Lucia once more points at those two girls. The dragon has to choose. One of one of us has shed her blood. Now the other one should join the flight. I'm sorry, what? What does she mean by that? Join the flight. She turns to look at you once more. Choose one of them. She will join us. You immediately glance at the two girls. There's no need for me to describe them. Both of them are under the influence of the medicine, of the drugs. It's not the fact that they should be described or anything, but it's the fact that someone should actually mention that no matter who you choose, it's just a whim, and in the end, you're gonna be, just choosing to doom someone to eternal damnation, probably. Now, if you want, Marialena, I'll be more than happy to have you roll your composure plus resolve. That's mainly a willpower roll.
Okay. mean, again, it's just a very shocking scene. Marialena just it's like you see her physically buffer
Mm.
like a computer screen.
Yeah,
She's just like actually pausing like every couple of seconds, like she zones out every now and then, like
yeah,
what is happening?
yeah.
Like if there was a loading bar on her forehead, that's what would be there.
That would have been awesome. That would have been a great explanation, right? If this wasn't true, if this weren't true.
Okay, so what would I be rolling? You said
Resolve,
composure?
resolve plus composure. That's yeah, effectively a willpower roll.
She only has one resolve.
Hmm. And how high is your
Uh,
composure?
I don't think she has any.
Uh, you should be. It
Like
is.
you can, yeah, you can easily read her face. Like she doesn't say anything, she says it with her face.
So she has three composure and one resolve, which means that she will be rolling four dice. It's okay. I mean, don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright.
I'm not seeing any composure for her. I'm seeing one resolve, zero composure.
Uh, so it's underneath. Composure is underneath. It is a trait, so a social. Charisma, manipulation, and composure. It should have three dots there.
Okay. Okay, I was clicking on resolve. Okay, never mind. Let me see. And what's the difficulty?
The difficulty should be two. Oh, one success. Is there any chance that you might be enjoying, entertaining the notion of re-rolling those two vampire dice with a willpower or not?
I don't think so. I think in this moment in time, Marialena's kind of like because she's feeling better, she's leaning towards that.
Of course.
She kind of wants to keep going.
And that's when your finger extends to point at one of the girls. It feels as if it came on instinctively from within. Haha, Marialena, excellent, says Lucia, as the girl is grabbed by the throat and is brought closer to you. Lucia asks, one has shed her blood. This one should join the flight. And the other will remain. Now it's quite clear again. You're asked to turn that hapless girl that you've chosen into one of yous.
Like into a vampire.
Yes.
Somehow that makes Marialena feel better because they thought she genuinely thought like they were gonna like just kill this girl off one and done. Somehow she's reconciling in her head that at least the girl will get a second chance.
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. That. She's not in her. She's like not killing the girl necessarily. I mean,
Eternally damning, more like it.
eh, yeah, it's tomato tomato. It's a different point of view. Yeah, totally. Yep, that makes sense. Um,
So you
she
direct.
still does let she definitely whispers to Lucy again. She's like, you could have just told me at the rave that you had a blood cult or something. Just again, humor, copium.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, she goes. She's like her eyes narrow. She's staring this girl down, not in like a threatening way. She's like, but how did you get here? She's so curious about the whole thing.
Mm.
And then in just like a split moment, she goes in for the thing. She's like, okay, we're here now.
For the kill. Because what you're doing is you are snuffing her mortal candle, and as soon as she's done, she is just a dead husk in your hands, in your arms. And then the drum starts beating again. Turn her, turn her. One of us, one of us. And then you cut your wrist and you offer her your blood. You realize that you are sentencing that girl to the internal damnation that we mentioned before. Then the girl coughs up blood, and that sputum is once again gathered in a chalice and consumed in front of you all. The hatchling of a dragon, that's how they call it. Now, there's no need to describe how that child looks like, right? Because it is all in the act that makes you feel more guilty. As if the nights have gone darker just because you decided to embrace someone. And just like that, you immediately get two stains marked onto your character sheet. These stains portray the fact that you feel that the severity of the actions that you have done. Whether you cope with those stains or not, we're gonna find out in a bit. But for now, let's assume that the third one plays her role in the cult as she's again grabbed by the head and then she is smothered in the pool, drowned in the very essence of Dracula's own blood. These three girls never stood a chance. All of them were sentenced to die. One of them to offer her blood to the masses. The second one to be part of your cult. And the third one to join everyone in unison as she will feel her as she filled herself with the essence of everything that's more sacrosanct in this cult. Your pupils dilate, your amazement, your astonishment cannot be masked as easily. Worry not, whispers Lucia to your eye, to your ear. This is the way that we, the cult of the Dracula, reveres our own ancestry. Feel the power within you. I've sniffed the bloodline, the scent of Dracul in your blood, Maria. You're not just a vampire, you are one of us. And then again, the phrase reverberates throughout the entire room. One of us, one of us, one of us. As the halls start shaking, and Marialena, you can't hold back probably your tears, but these are tears of joy. Are these tears of belonging, of fulfillment? How would you describe your emotional state right now?
I think slowly, as this whole event has transpired, she's um I keep forgetting my words. She's like contorting things in her head to make it make sense. Kind of honestly just doing half of the cult's work for them.
Hmm.
Um so I mean again, she's following um that relief that she keeps getting from all of this. And
Mhm.
I think this is her outlet for everything she's been going through for the past few days.
I see. That being said, I want you to
Yeah.
erase all the willpower loss that you had and fully replenish your willpower.
Okay.
And then you feel like you belong somewhere. A family that cheers for you. One of us. They keep on mentioning that, they keep on saying that. And then in Lucia's eyes, I want you to roll an intelligence plus investigation. Target number is 2. In Lucia's eyes, you find out that there is a reasoning why those girls were never found. You remember, you remember Stoyan's search? You remember the missing girls?
Painfully aware. Yes.
Okay, now it starts making sense. Stop it, all of you! You hear his voice as it shatters the silence. You see Stoyan here, now that you even mentioned him, just now? You crazy psychopaths. Stop it! The police is here! He screams. And you look around and you see no one else other than him. He has a gun drawn. You know that he doesn't have stand a chance against the cult. The cult members turn to look at him, and within, in Lucia's hand, you see a knife glinting as she looks at you and then back at him. But what will you choose, Marialena? What will you do? Will you be staying close to your new family? Or will you find the voice of reason within you? Don't listen to the beast tempting you, Marialena. Just do not. Just stay with me. Stay back. We are in the city of Pernik. Things shouldn't be like that. There's always a way out. But alas, we will not find it tonight. We will only learn the next time what Marialena will choose, whether she stands close to her humanity or to her family. And sadly, this is the end of our session for tonight. I'm afraid. I thank you so much for playing with me tonight, Marialena. It was an awesome experience to see such strange and super psychotic things happening all at once. Now, this was a rather happy change, wasn't
This is fantastic. I'm having a great time.
it? I'm sending a virtual hug. So, effectively, before we depart for tonight, I really want to thank you about the way that you're actually playing is awesome. So that's why I want you to get 4 experience points because your decision making is one of a kind. You stay true to your character's views, and at the same time, you also end up heading down your own path by disregarding everything that stands there to prevent you, right, or lure you into a different plot hole. And on top of that, since this is an experience that only a select few do get to experience, I mean, in the vampiric Unlife, I want you to get an extra experience point from that epiphany. That is 5 experience points for you. Please mark them down on your character sheet. There's actually a bar, so if you drag it to the right side, the amount is gonna increase. And after you have done that, we need to address the stain in your humanity track. So if you check on the humanity track underneath willpower and health and whatnot, you're gonna find out that your entire track has been covered by either full stops, which means that this is a filled circle that you have that much humanity as it shows, or a dash, which means that this is a stain and it really compromises your humanity. Right now, your humanity is 8. You look like a human being so much. But tonight, you have damned someone into the eternal damnation, and that and ended up with you having no more spaces empty. Which means that, for game purposes, I want you to roll a 10-sided dice, that is a vampire die. If you get a success, you're not going to be losing your humanity. However, if you don't, then that humanity is lost. That level of humanity is lost. And we'll be making the change. So I need you to roll just a vampire die.
Yeah. Just one?
One, yes. Sweet. Now that's even worse. Well, the good thing is that you don't lose humanity. You realize that what you have done is gross and atrocious, and that's the most worrisome part. That the cost for maintaining your humanity to 8 is to realize that what you've done is indespicable and that you need to atone for it. As in, it's much more shattering within you. You see, it's just the misery of the eternally unliving, I guess. But we'll find out what's gonna happen next time for sure. For now, thank you so much once more. I will send virtual hugs and kisses to all of you, and I will see you next time. See you.